Hi everyone, it's Professor McCartan again here with another topic, consumer behavior. Do you ever wonder what influences you in your purchase decisions? Do you wonder why you purchase a laptop or a tablet? Or do you decide on price or quality? Or do your friends or your family help you with a decision? Did an ad catch your eye by chance? Well, I can tell you that consumers are constantly evolving in their buying behavior based on their life situations. And consumer behavior is the process consumers go through when they make purchases, and it involves the factors that influence their decisions and usage. The consumer decision-making process involves 5 steps the consumer has to move through when buying a good or service. A marketer has to understand these steps pretty well in order to properly move the customer from product or to close the sale. So let's look at the consumer decision-making process. Now, in this process, those 5 steps are need recognition and/or problem recognition, information search, alternative evaluation, purchase decision, and post-purchase behavior. When we look at these, we're going to go ahead and break these down and dive into them just a little bit. So let's look at these. The first step, and typically the first step, but not always. These are all, they necessarily don't have to go in order depending on where the consumer is at. But needs recognition and/or problem recognition occurs when a consumer is faced with a difference between an actual and desired state. A need can occur immediately and can be very basic, such as your hunger pains, you're hungry. This is called an internal stimulus, or it can be a change in a lifestyle, such as when someone might find out they're expecting a baby. An external stimulus is when you are affected by your outside influences, such as a friend tells you about an awesome movie or a great new restaurant or even a car that they saw. The key weapon for a marketer is to create an imbalance for consumers and need and desire in advertising and sales concepts. When consumers recognize an unfulfilled need and or that a product will satisfy it, they have created want. And the marketer can tailor new products and current products to reach those consumers and create a successful purchase situation. There are 3 ways consumers recognize those unfilled wants. The first way is when a consumer becomes frustrated with the fact that a product is not performing the way they expected or properly. Maybe you've purchased a car and it continues to need repairs. Or maybe you purchased a pair of jeans or leggings and they have developed holes. The consumer here has developed a want or a need for a new car or a new pair of pants. So things that might stimulate this is test drives, sales, promotions, rebates are all ways that can draw you in as a consumer when you have this need recognition process. Another way you can recognize as unfilled wants is just when you run out of a product. Have you simply just ran out of shampoo or toothpaste or need some bread? Marketers can tempt you consumers by purchasing these products through coupons or deals or promotions. The last way consumers recognize those unfulfilled needs is when they become aware of a product that is better than their current product. Have you ever wanted the newer, greatest, latest technology? Do you have an iPhone 10 but traded in your iPhone 4 for it? Or maybe you get the next product and continue to get the next product. That's called plenitude, always wanting the next best thing. So let's go ahead and move on to that next step, information search. And information search is about the different alternative selections that can be purchased to satisfy that need for the consumer. So if we decided to purchase a new car, we would be both looking internally and externally for information to make that decision. So an internal information search consists of utilizing that information from your memory, your past experience of a vehicle or with a dealership or something in that aspect. An external information search is the process of seeking that information in the outside environment. So you would look by asking friends and family about their experiences acquiring a new car. You can also do some research in the public source aspect, consumer reports, and even rating sites. Another external information source for you would be a marketing controlled source, such as radio, television ads, brochures, you name it. The amount of time dedicated to this usually depends on your past experience as well as with the buying of that product, the level of risk involved and the interest in that product. So, for instance, shampoo is going to be a very low risk. It's going to be low involvement. But a car is going to be high and a large risk to the fact that you want to be protected and it's a lot of money. So you want to make sure that you look at everything and you choose right. So you typically create an evoked set. And the set consists of what you most prefer for your vehicle. And once the evoked set has been decided upon, you can conduct that final research to shrink down those choices. So when you're looking at evaluation of alternatives, the next step, the consumer has pretty much recognized a need, conducted all the research and information searches, created the final decision or evoke set, and has made, and pretty much has to be at the point where they're making a decision. So you must choose if you will purchase the car or not. In order to make this final decision, you typically need to decide on the product attributes and what is most important to you. Is it quality, price, options, features, or location? Another method is making creating some form of set cutoff. So for instance, we could do this financially based as that you don't want to spend more than $25,000 in a car. So a marketer has to realize which attributes is important to you as a consumer and communicate anything away to make sure that they oversee any potential obstacles. For instance, suppose that you decided that you will make a decision based on a price cutoff of $20,000. A marketer then can promote to you that you could still afford the $25,000 car by using excellent financing. Economic issues have a really hard effect on the purchase outcome due to the recession. A lot of individuals are spending money differently, and they are very conscientious of how they spend money, and especially those large ticket items. Now, let's talk about post-purchase, because you've purchased that car, you're happy, you've made the decision to buy the product. You expect the satisfaction to occur with the purchase. If the product does not meet those requirements, then dissatisfaction can occur, and the consumer yourself will probably poorly talk about the product or talk about that dealership or whatnot if it's the car, and you might even return the product if possible, or not be a repeat buyer. So a smart marketer will make sure that the consumer is completely satisfied and that doesn't develop any negative post-purchase feelings. Now there's a word for this. It's called cognitive dissonance. It's the inner tension that a consumer experiences after recognizing inconsistency behavior between value and opinions. Marketers can prevent cognitive dissonance by excellent communication of their product benefits and features, customer service followed up by email or a small gift or some form of information from the company saying, hey, you did a great job. Have you ever noticed when you purchase a car, they want to take a picture of you with your keys and congratulate you? That's to help with your cognitive dissonance. Another word was buyer remorse, but the technical word is cognitive dissonance. So let's look at this as a whole. Just a brief overlay here. Once a consumer has decided that they have a need or a want, that has to be satisfied, the consumer will then move to make a decision-making process. The 5 steps of that process is the need recognition or problem recognition, information search, evaluation of alternatives, the purchase decision, and then the post-purchase recognition. A marketer must guide consumers through each of these steps in order to have a chance at a sale. Marketers can use marketing-controlled information searches such as radio, internet ads, newspaper, television, magazine ads to help educate consumers about their products or services. Consumers can use non-marketing controlled information such as friends and family opinions, consumer reviews, report studies, and other public sources to make an informed decision. After consumers purchase a product, it's important to marketers to follow up with the post-purchase support to reduce cognitive dissonance or inner tension concerning making the incorrect purchase. That's all for now for consumer behavior, guys. Until next time.